What's good, ladies and gentlemen? This your guy, Mr. Live. And if you're checking out this clip, I do appreciate that. Hit that like button, drop a comment, or follow your boy for more content like this. I will be watching Skip and Shannon in the morning for the first hour and a half. So if you want to come through, hang out with me, go ahead and come through. We'll chop it up and talk about the show, man. Outside that, you know what it is. Have a little fun. We'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace out. Yeah, won't back down. What's up?
After just one
Carson Wentz,
season with
told
the
you.
Colts, Carson Wentz on the move, traded to the Washington Commanders. Yes, he's had a hot start in Indy
Commanders.
after being reunited with Frank Reich. But the decision to move on from the former second overall pick, well, that came when he failed to win either of his final two games to clinch a playoff berth. Shannon, what does it tell you about Carson Wentz that even Frank Reich is giving up on him?
Man. All right. So what does it tell you that they're giving up? And the question here is surprised Indy gave up on the former second overall pick. Am I surprised about it? A, a little yes and a little no. I'm a little surprised that they did it so quickly, after 1 year. I thought that they, especially when they traded for him, right? They traded for him from the Eagles. So you would think that they would, they'd keep him around for another year. But maybe that was the plan. That was probably the plan. Hey, we'll keep him for, 2 years or so and see how he does. But based off of how he ended last year with, missing, like they said, losing the last two. Dude, the Colts at one point, the Colts were like the number one seed, I think, or like number two. They were high seeds. Um, you have Jonathan Taylor do that absolutely balled out last year. Had him on my fantasy team. Shouts out to him. Uh, I didn't win the championship, but shouts out to him still. But to have such a good team, the offensive line, dude, their offensive line is one of the best O lines in the game right now. Um, so for them to not make playoffs, you have to look at the quarterback. You have to, because like I said, offensive line is stellar. Running back is, arguably the best running back in the league right now, right? Maybe him, Derrick Henry, maybe some other people, but I'm losing, right, not thinking of them right now, but still, right? You have one of the best offensive line in the league. You got one of the, best running backs in the league. Your receivers, who you got? You have what's his name? I forget his name. He was a rookie, I think, too. He's a good. He's going to be good going forward too. I forget his name. Damn. I forget, but he's going to be good too. Their young receiver. Um, so damn, yeah. So it's hard not to look at the all the pieces that you have, the success that the team had, the last two games. Look at the bad play that he had in those two games in particular, and not like be like, damn, okay, he's the issue, right? He's the problem. So again, I'm a little surprised that they did it so early. But I'm not really surprised that they went away from him, because I thought they were gonna go away from him in the first place. Ever since Carson Wentz got hurt that 1 year, he's never been the same. He's just never been the same. I think it's a little bit have to do with the fact that because he got hurt, and while he got hurt, the backup came in. The backup did hella good and won a Super Bowl like that. That's that's hard to overcome, right? Um, and so when that happens, I feel like he has like a chip on his shoulder, and he should have a chip on his shoulder to want to do better. But I think that chip is causing him to, that because he wants to do so much better, he's making bad mistakes. He's trying to do too much, right? He's trying to do too much. The classic case of that, trying to do too much. He needs to settle back. Maybe he'll. I don't know. He's going to Washington. I'm a Cowboys fan, so I don't want him to do good. He's going back into the NFC East. We'll smack him up a few more times if he wants to come back over here. That's fine. But but maybe the change will help him out, because I still think that he has talent. Before, I mean, he was going to be an MVP before that injury. Man, he was on an MVP arc. He was in the race for the MVP that year. And so for him to fall off that much, it's just, I think it's more mental, because I think the physical things, I think, all the arm strength, the accuracy, the footwork, that type of stuff, I think it has to still be there, right? He's not that old. He's only been in the league, what, 5 years, 6 years or so. He's about the, maybe longer than that, maybe like 6 or 7 now at this point. But yeah, it's probably been like 6 or 7 at this point. But still, he's not too old. I still think he has a lot of the talent that he had before that got him into the league, that got him into that MVP talk. So if he can get back to that, I think he'll have an okay season. Well, I think he'll be back to like an MVP level, probably not. But if he can fix some of the mental mistakes that he makes, he's gonna be a decent quarterback, hands down for sure. So, so hopefully he has a good year. Just doesn't do better than the Cowboys. That's all. Let's see what they're saying here real quick though.
To close the playoff deal late in the year, two chances.
One game, Skip.
Yep.
One game.
Yeah, I see.
I feel bad for Frank Reich. I feel bad for any coach or in somebody that puts their career, puts their neck out there for you, and you chop it off.
Diva or whatever the arrogance was, the distance in the locker room, they were so relieved to have a good guy quarterback. They built a shrine to him, and they took off around him. And Nick Foles became the Super Bowl MVP.
See, that's what I'm kind of talking about, like where the backup came in, he got all this praise. He won the Super Bowl, man. Like that's got to your psyche. That's got to do something to you, right? As a quarterback, like, man, why didn't they give me that support? Why wasn't I, looked at the same way? Why what would have happened if I would have won the Super Bowl? And all the talk about on the reverse side too, like, oh man, was Carson Wentz even that good? Was it really just the team around him that was so good? And was Carson Wentz just kind of doing what he needed to do? He hears all that, I'm sure. So all that's going to play into your psyche, and you're going to want to try to overcome those, those haters, so to speak, or the doubters, right? And so that's going to drive you to try to do that, and it could unfortunately drive you to make mistakes. And I think if he can clear up those mistakes, he can be okay.
He's going to force the action. He's going to force the ball, and he's going to turn it over. And you want to talk about sack fumbles? He became like a slot machine. You just pull down the arm, and the ball is going to spit out.
Forcing it.
Okay.
Forcing the ball, trying to do too much, right? Trying to do too much with the ball. You need to just take it back some, and get back to what made you, man. Get back to your just. Forget all the other, all that old stuff that happened. It's in the past. Forget about it, man. Just go forward and be your best player that you can be, man. That's all you can do, It's all you can do.
Good football backbone. Will compete.
He was playing great.
Final game at Jacksonville, he throws for 185, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, a fumble lost, 6 sacks, and a QBR of 4 on a scale of 0 to 100.
That Jacksonville game, man. Like I didn't see that last Jacksonville game, but like that's just you can't. That's so hard to like. How do I defend you, bro? Like you have to beat Jacksonville, one of the worst teams in the league, to get into the playoffs. You're a playoff potential team. You can't beat one of the worst teams in the league on the last game of the season to get into the playoffs. Like that's crazy, man. Like and to top it off, you play horrible. You have, what do they say, like 1 interception, under 200 yards passing, and then like a fumble loss and like 6 sacks. Bro, how do you take 6 sacks? Get rid of the fucking ball, man. Like, come on, dude. Whatever. I mean, you go into the Commanders, good old Commanders. Like I said, I'm a Cowboys fan, so we'll smack y'all up, man. Every twice a year. That's fine. Throw us those picks, man. Better be looking out for that young lion out there. Stick City, boy.
The best leadership was more valuable than talent and IQ. Because in what he's finding out, Skip, he's immensely talented. Like you said, he's 6'5", 240 pounds, can throw the ball probably 65.
So the thing about that, though, so Shannon just said something good there. Shannon just said, who would you rather take? Would you rather take someone that's extremely smart and like a genius, or would you rather take someone with good leadership quality? Someone with good leadership quality is somebody that is always constantly wanting to learn, and someone that never thinks they know everything, right? That understands that they're always going to be growing. That's a good leader. So if you're going to tell me that you know, someone that's smart and genius and stuff like that, yeah, they're not a good leader, right? Because a good leader is someone that doesn't think that. Even if they are a genius and smart and all this stuff, they're gonna humble themselves and they're gonna understand that other people aren't like them. And that's what makes a good leader. They're able to relate to people at a lower level, help them at their level, and get them to the same level as them. That's the signs of a good leader. So yeah, I'm gonna take a good leader all day, because a good leader is a smart, genius person. They just don't show it.
Fear Taylor Heineke a little more than I do.
And you can't fool them. You might fool the media. Now, maybe a lot of the media like, man, Carson's a really great guy. And when the players hear that, like, Carson full of you know what.
That is correct. And I believe that's what they said in Philly,
guys,
and they said it in Indy.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see what Scott Turner, the
Yep. All right, y'all. So that's the question there. Again, if you're watching this clip, do appreciate it. Hit that like, drop a follow or a comment, man. Come hang out with your boy over on Twitch while we're streaming live. Have a little fun. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.